Hey everybody, it's Lon.TV, and I've been getting very interested in the Internet of Things, especially how all of these different hardware and software devices are beginning to integrate with each other. So I've been on the lookout for things that make it a little bit easier to get into this stuff without having to get out your screwdriver and call electricians and everything else. And I thought this one might be worth looking at. This is called the Switchmate, and this came in through the Amazon Vine program. And what you do with this is stick it on your light switch. It's got two magnets on here, and there's really zero installation. You just stick it on top of your switch. It holds itself pretty steady, and then you've got yourself a motorized switch that literally just turns your lights on and off for you. There's a button on the front here that you can push. You can also use their app, which I'll show you in a minute, to get everything working as well. It works over Bluetooth. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, this came in free of charge through the Amazon Vine program. However, nobody is paying for this review. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and nobody is reviewing this content before it is posted. So this is the device. You saw how it works. It is powered by two AA batteries that it actually comes with, which is always good, so batteries are included. It connects over low energy Bluetooth, which means that it doesn't work over Wi-Fi, which means you can't access this when you're out of your home. So they do call it smart, but right now it isn't all that smart because it doesn't work with any of the online services that are out there, like If This Then That, or Apple HomeKit, or whatever Google and Amazon are working on. It's strictly going to work with its own app, and that is it, which I think limits its usefulness a little bit. But I do want to show you how easy it is to install. Really, you just stick it on top of your light switch and you're done. So there we go, we've attached it. It doesn't work though with your dimmer switch. So if you have a dimmer, you're going to want to set it to where you want it to be before you stick it on, but it is easy enough just to take it off and then put it back on again. So now that we have it attached here, I can push the button to make sure it's working. We'll run back over to the computer here, and now that I have the app open, I can then tap on the app here to turn the light off. As you can see here, hopefully it'll go through. It takes a second sometimes to actually get that connection made, so it's not as quick as walking up to the switch and hitting it yourself, but you can see there that is how it works. So that's pretty much the functionality of the device. And again, this is over Bluetooth, so if your phone is not in range of the switch, it will not work. The app will let you know when you're out of range. It kind of dims things out, but sometimes it just might be easier to walk up to it and hit the switch, I guess. But depending on your home's architecture and what's in between your phone and the switch, it will kind of determine how well this is going to work in your particular environment. There isn't much else, though. It's not very smart, as I mentioned, because, again, it doesn't work with any of the services that are really coming out that work with this kind of stuff. So Apple HomeKit's an example. Those work through the Apple TV. So even the Bluetooth smart home devices will connect to that Apple TV, and the Apple TV can control them. This doesn't yet work with that. It also doesn't work with, at the moment, any other smart hub devices that are out there either. I'm assuming that because this is Bluetooth, that functionality will come later, but at the moment, there is not much smart about this beyond the fact that you can set a timer. So when the phone's not home, you can have the timer turn the light on at every time you want. So we could say maybe at 8 o'clock, turn the light switch on and then turn it back off at 6 a.m. or something. So there is that feature. They also have something called Welcome, which is right over here, and then you can have it set when the phone arrives home from someplace, or while it's home, it'll leave the light on, and then when you leave, it can turn it back off, or vice versa. So that is the Switchmate, and it does do what they say it will do, which is remotely control your light switches via your smartphone. The problem is you have to actually be in the house. Now, there are certainly some use cases where having some remote control capability for your lights is important, especially if you're having trouble getting around your home. It's nice to be able to turn those lights off upstairs without having to go upstairs. That might be pretty useful, but as a smart home device, it's not all there yet. I think they really got to get this thing integrated with all the various smart hubs that are out there. I'm sure it will be able to, because it is a Bluetooth device, as most of the other smart home devices are, just at the moment it doesn't work with them. So therefore, I'm going to hold off on recommending purchasing this $40 device until they get all that working. Maybe we'll revisit it when they get some of the HomeKit stuff going, because I do think that part of the allure of all of this connectivity is having things work together. In other words, having a motion sensor trip off your home hub to turn the lights on and that kind of thing. This won't work with that right now because it only works with its app, and it has to be within Bluetooth range of the phone. So that's the Switchmate. This is Lon.TV. Thanks for watching. This channel is brought to you by my Patreon supporters. If you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month. Head over to Lon.TV/Patreon to learn more. And don't forget to subscribe. Visit Lon.TV/S.